The Wood Shop is sponsored by ChefwareKits, with hundreds of items for wood turners. All right, welcome back. Today I'm going to make a little cutting board. When I was doing the 2x4 contest, which by the way, you only have one day left to get your entry in, I was playing around with the end grain on the 2x4s, and I've been wanting to do this for a long time, and it just kind of gave me the kick to try it. So what I did was, the video is pretty short and it's just a lot of drilling and sanding. There's not a whole lot of turning. I had to turn these dowels individually to fit my Forstner bits, because if you go buy dowel, like you can buy I think walnut and oak dowels, but they won't fit your Forstner bits, so you need to adjust for that. So that's all I did on the turning part of it, and the rest of it is just drilling, gluing them in, and sanding them. So, all right, let's go ahead and get started. All right, I'm just gonna start out with a roughing gouge, and I'm just gonna knock the corners off and get it a little bit true. And then I'm gonna switch to the skew chisel, and I'm trying to get it right down pretty close to size with the skew, and it'll make a nice clean cut. I'm gonna use my DA to sand it. I normally hand sand stuff, but I want to use the DA because I want the cylinder as close to even all the way across, so when I cut them up into discs, they're all about the same. All right, so I was going to do it on just a rectangle here, and I don't know, I have to play around with it a little more. I couldn't come up with a design I liked or shape, and then it hit me. Everything looks better round. So I have this cutting board I made a long time ago, and that is what I'm going to go with. I even made a bigger Purple Heart one to go in the center, but I would have to adjust the size on this or put this in last, and I'll show you that in a sec. But so what I did was just to make a little flower there in the middle, and then I have and then I have these. I think I'm going to use. I'm going to go with the. I have oak dowel here, and that's what I'm going to stick in the center of all of those, and fill in all of those little spots with that little dowel. All right. So I'm going to take it over in the drill press now, and I'm going to find dead center and start with that one and work my way out. All right, so this was actually the end piece, and it's going to come in handy. It's got the center point there from the live center. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue in this, put it in there, and then use my compass to come out here and draw a circle around so I can line up the spot for the other ones. So I know right where they go. But I'm going to put some glue on that first, and then drill the rest of it. I made the larger disc 1 3/4 inch, and then the smaller disc are 7/8, and then it's just 1/4 inch dowel for the smaller ones, and I did use the walnut. All right, I really like the way this turned out. I even rounded over the edges there. Hopefully you can kind of see that to where it dips down. It gives it kind of a neat little effect. I definitely want to try a big one and incorporate some of this in my other turning too. I was thinking, you know how the stair steps on, they do the cutting boards with the stair step. I'm not sure, whether you can go from in grain to cross grain with something like that right there, and just kind of gradually make them go smaller as they go away. I'm not sure, but I'm definitely going to make a big one and play around with this a little bit more. The hardest part of the whole project was getting these the right size, your Forstner bit. And I probably didn't show a lot of it on the video because I was having to move it, but I tapped these all down with a hammer because I wanted them as tight as I could get them so that you wouldn't have... I'll put some pictures up at the end so you can see I wanted them tight. I didn't want any gaps in there, but I think it turned out good. If this is your first time here, I have a new project video every Friday and a follow-up and kind of a Q&A and everybody's ideas on Monday. But thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.